Hello everyone, welcome to My English, My Life, an online program for class 6 to class 12 to learn English. Today on that we are going to talk about one of the best person who fought for his freedom, who was very well known for his words and a moment and a long walk for freedom which was written by a great man who was imprisoned for 27 years. After that, he became the first black African to become the president of Africa, South Africa. So on that, we are going to talk about him, a great man who said many words, who inspired a lot of people. For your better understanding, below in the description, I'm giving a link of the video and the movie of which was directed by one person on the life story of, or on the basis of autobiography of Nelson Mandela, A Long Walk to Freedom. It was already in the YouTube. For your better understanding, I was giving the description below. You can open and you can watch the movie of Nelson Mandela, how he inspired the people, how he treated. He don't want the people more. He want freedom. He said a very simple statement about freedom in his book autobiography, A Long Walk to Freedom. There he said one good word regarding freedom, that is, for to be free is not cast off chains of others, but to make them to respect and enhances the way of others. So what is the meaning of freedom is, it is not to cut off chains of some other persons or somebody else. The real freedom is to make them to live however they want. That was a statement he given, that was the word he given in his autobiography, A Long Walk to Freedom, which was written by Nelson Mandela. So today we are going to talk an extract of this total biography. There we got a good lesson, how he struggled and what he is giving a message regarding freedom. Normally we will feel that we got freedom in 1947 because we are independent India. So we feel that we are independent. But at the same time, we have to think of ourselves whether we are free or depending upon somebody else or something else. So in this lesson, we are going to talk about, we are going to deal about all the situations what Nelson Mandela faced and what he is giving us a caution regarding life and freedom and struggle, and at the same time life with freedom. So let's discuss all these things. Let's begin the class, A Long Walk to Freedom. In life, every man has two obligations. Obligations to his family, to his parents, to his wife and children. And he has an obligation to his people, his community and his country. In a civil and human society, each man is able to fulfill those obligations according to his own inclinations and abilities. But in a country like South Africa, it was almost impossible for a man of my birth and color to fulfill both of those obligations. In South Africa, a man of color who attempted to live as a human being was punished and isolated. In South Africa, a man who tried to fulfill his duty to his people was inevitably flipped from his family and his home and was forced to live apart, a wild existence of secrecy and rebellion. I did not, in the beginning, choose to place of my people above my family, but in attempting to serve my people, I found that I was prevented from fulfilling my obligations as a son, as a brother, a father, and a husband. So here, Nelson Mandela is giving a good word here, obligations. So we know the word obligations and negotiation. Obligation means a mandatory, compulsory, and negotiation means we can do or we may not do. There will be no compulsory mandatory here. So he mentioned two obligations. As a person who born in this earth has two obligations, definitely they have to do it. One is for his family and second one is for his family and children. And regarding second thing is about the society and his community and his own country. So these are two obligations. One is inside the family and second outside the family. So everyone should fulfill those two obligations. One, he has to serve, for example, as a father or as a brother or as a sibling. So we have certain responsibility to take care of our home. For example, as yourself, you are a student, your responsibility is to obey your parents and you should do the work whatever they given for you. Or as a student, you have to obey the words of a teacher, and whatever the work they assign to you, you should complete. So that is your obligation. That is in the school. Outside the school, you are a citizen of India. So you should consider all the rules and regulations of Indian constitution or Indian penal code. On basing of that, you should live. If you cross, you will be punished. But here we have a big question, that is, even every person have the two obligations. One is to take care of family and the second one is to take care of the society. But when, as a man who born in South Africa, especially a black man, they didn't have the right to fulfill their obligations. Why? Because they're not even treated as a human being. If they're trying to fulfill the obligations outside the home, they are going to be imprisoned. They are going to be punished, and they are called as a rebellions. Rebellion means a person who is against the government, against the society, against the community. So they will call rebellions. So here, if we are trying to fulfill our obligation, we call as a rebellions. We call as anti-nationalists. We call as not a citizens of Africa. So these are the problems we are facing when we are trying to fulfill our own obligations. Especially a man like Nelson Mandela. A man like Nelson Mandela, nothing but a black man. Black man doesn't have the right to talk, a right to speak, a right to behave, a right to equality, right. They didn't have any right because they are not even treated as human beings. So they were living in that society. Even our Nelson Mandela is an attorney, as a lawyer. He was trained a lawyer. And even he's having a big problem in the society. Why? Because he's a black man. They were dominated by the white people, and they were ruled in their own country, in their own place. They came and they're ruling over the black, and they made them as slaves. So how far it was acceptable? As well knowledge, he started rebellion. He started talking about the word freedom. He said that we want to live as like a human beings. We are not asking more. We want to live like a human beings. Then the society called him as a rebellion, and they imprisoned him. Let's read. And he got punished. And let's read continuation. I was not born with hunger to be free. I was born free. Free in every way that I could know. Free to run in the fields near my mother's hut. Free to swim in the clear stream that ran through my village. Free to roast maize under the stars and ride broad backs of slow-moving bulls. As long as I obeyed my father and abided by my customs of my tribe, I was not troubled by laws of man or God. So, I was not born a hunger to free, because I was born free without any conditions, without any customization. I was born free from my mother's womb. After my birth, I allowed to do whatever I want. I played however I want. I ran through the fields near my hut. I swam. So I didn't have any obligations when I was a boy. When I growing up, I came to know that we are not an independent people. When I grown, I came to know that we are not an independent people. We are a man of slaves. We are under someone's hand. So that I came to know when I grown up. When I was born, I was born free. I can do everything whatever I want. I don't have any obligation. I don't have any problem with the customization with the man of power of man or a God. So I was born, I was living as like I were want, recording my tribal rules and regulations. It was only when I began to learn that my boyhood freedom was an illusion. When I discovered as a young man that my freedom had already been taken from me, that I began to hunger for it. At first, as a student, I wanted freedom only for myself. The transitory freedoms of being able to stay out at night, read what I pleased, and go where I choose. Later, as a young man in Johannesburg, I aimed for the basic and honorable freedoms of achieving my potential, of earning my keep, of marrying and having a family, the freedom not to be obstructed in a lawful life. So, when I was a boy, I thought I was very free. But when I came to young stage, I came to know it was an illusion. Illusion, nothing but a false. Opposite word, a reality. So I thought it was real when I was child. When I came to a young stage, I thought I came to know that whatever I did in my boyhood, that was an illusion. That was not true. That was a very false. So when I came to a young stage, I came to know that my freedom has been taken away by somebody else. So I am not an independent fellow. I am depending upon, I am under someone's hand. I was suppressed by someone. So Nelson Mandela, when he was at school, when he was in college, he would try to get freedom for himself. Because I don't want to be under someone's hand. I want to live however I want. So as a student, he tried to be, he got potentiality, he got strength to be a free man. And to be free to live, and to have a family, and to have a wife, and to have a children. So when he was in the young state, he took a strange decision when he crossed the school level, when he crossed the college. What was the strange decision? Let's read and understand by the own words of Nelson Mandela. But then I slowly saw that only was I not free, but my brothers and sisters were not free. I saw that it was not just my freedom that I was curtailed, but the freedom of everyone who looked like I did. That is when I joined the African National Congress, and that is when the hunger for my own freedom began, the great hunger for the nation, for the freedom of my people. It was this desire for the freedom of my people to live their lives with dignity and self-respect and animated my life, that transformed a frightened young man into a bold one, that drove a law-abiding attorney to become a criminal, and turned a family-loving husband into a man without a home, that forced a life-loving man to live like a monk. I am no more virtuous or self-sacrificing than the next man. But I found that I could not even enjoy the poor and limited freedoms I was allowed, when I knew my people were not free. Freedom is indivisible. The chains on any one of my people were the chains on all of them. The chains on all of my people were all the chains on me. So Nelson Mandela, clearly he's saying that when I was a student, I thought I am only the one, I am only the slave. But when I crossed the school stage, when I was not a student, when I changed to attorney, when I got certified to be an attorney, a general, means a lawyer, then I come to know that I am not only the free person, I am not a slave. My people, my black people are all, my brothers and sisters were all under someone. They are all hunger of freedom. They are all worrying about freedom. So my hunger, my freedom has been turned to our freedom. Till now I thought I am only the one, but the one became oneness, that is my people. I want my people to be freedom. So hunger become a greater hunger. So freedom became all one's freedom. Then I started revolutionary. I started talking about freedom. Then attorney, a lawyer became a criminal. They forced me and they made me to prison. They made me to send to prison And a lovely husband turned to a man without any family. A family man turned to be an isolated person. A lawyer turned to be a criminal. When I talked about the word freedom. 27 years I was in the prison. I faced many problems in the prison. I was bullied, I was teased, I was ill-treated, I was forced to do all the certain things, punishments, whatever they had given. I had done all the things. One day, let me give a story here about Nelson Mandela's life history. Nelson Mandela, when he was in the prison, one white man, somebody used to call him, sometimes he used to give many works. One day, one white man came and he pissed on the face of Nelson Mandela. Means he pissed, means urinal, on the face of Nelson Mandela. But he never said any word. Such an honor person, such a respectable person, such a peaceful man. For that only he was awarded Nobel Peace Prize. At the same time, the Indian Honorary Award, the Indian first award, Bharat Ratna, was received by Nelson Mandela because of his work. When he was in the jail, a man who pissed on his face, when he became the president of South Africa, when he was in a hotel, when he saw the jailer who was in the hotel, he called the man and he came to Nelson Mandela and he was shivering and he was worrying because he know what he did in the jail. Nelson Mandela called the white man and he came and he said, sit beside of me. And he sat and he ordered some tiffin for breakfast for the man. And he given breakfast and again he went. Then the man beside Nelson Mandela asked that, what happened to the man? Why he was shivering when he was with you? Then he said, when I was in jail, he pissed on my face. But he thought he will take revenge. But such a great man. Nelson Mandela thought humanity. He said, white and black are same. If he did the same thing, if we make some mistake or if he punish the man who did all these things, he will be treated as like other people. But Nelson Mandela is quite opposite. He thought freedom, he thought peace, he thought humanity. Such a great, honorable man, Nelson Mandela. Let's continue this. I knew that the oppressor must be liberated just as surely as oppressed. A man who takes away another man's freedom is a prisoner of hatred. He is locked behind the bars of prejudice and narrow-mindedness. I am not truly free if I am taking away someone else's freedom is just surely I am freedom taken of myself from me. I oppress and the oppressor are robbed of their humanity. So here Nelson Mandela is talking the word that is oppressor, means a man who is taking away one's freedom. So when, for example, I told you a story there. So if we do the same thing, if we repeat how he ill-treated Nelson Mandela when he was in jail, if we repeat the same thing when he became the president, we won't discuss about Nelson Mandela. We won't talk about Nelson Mandela. So that was a change. When I was there, I was oppressed by someone. But now, I don't want to be an oppressor. I don't want to take anyone's freedom. I want my people to be free. I want my country to be free. I want my people to live as their wish, according to the rules and regulations. That was the dream and that was a long walk freedom for Nelson Mandela. And clearly he said, if I take somebody else's freedom, I am a slave. I am not a person. I am oppressor. I am oppressing somebody. I am not a person to be ruled by country. I am a slave. If I take somebody else's freedom, I am an oppressor and I robbed their humanity. So he taught humanity to the world. Nelson Mandela. For that, 27 years after his imprisonment, 27 years of his struggle, 27 years of his long walk for freedom has been turned to actions. Turn to work endlessly. Try endlessly until you will get succeed. what Nelson Mandela thought for us. To get freedom, to get something in your life, you have to work. 27 years Nelson Mandela worked for freedom. Are you worrying to get freedom? Are you oppressed by something? Are you dependent by something else? Or something is ruling over you? So please note down yourself. You know what is happening in your society. You know what is going in your human life, in your personal life. So know yourself, what is ruling you or what is dominating your life. So if they are dominating you, anything, whatever the mistakes, whatever ill treats, whatever the situations happening going through in our life. So whatever we are facing in our lives, we should know what is dominating our life. So know them and try to remove from your life. Nelson Mandela said one thing, that is, don't take away anyone's freedom. Give respect to everybody. Give their own respect. Let them live whatever they want. Don't ill-treat anybody else. Everybody have their own power. Everybody there have own knowledge. So don't ill-treat them or don't tease anybody on basing of their personal or external lives. So because if you are observing somebody will observe you. So take care of yourself. Nelson Mandela thought only one thing, that is, don't be a robber of humanity. Treat everyone equal. Respect them without any caste, community, religion and color and creed. That was the word said by Nelson Mandela. So what a great man who got an honorary Nobel Prize and Bharat Ratna for his works for the nation of South Africa. That was the end of the story, A Long Walk to Freedom. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe who are watching this video. And thank you for watching. Thank you. Meet you in the next class. Until then, bye-bye.